stronger flames. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
This isn't just a legend. It's a living journey for anyone seeking healing, spiritual growth, and conscious creation. Ready to tap into your own sacred power? Discover your path. Awaken your heart fire. Join the pink flame and amethyst order and create your world with wonder.
Amethyst order will be sensitive to the pale pinks, violets, and magentas, pale Palestine colors, and dark sapphires that come through the inner healing of sound or musical scape with the Christos, elders of Crystal Star, the Lyran Syrian founders. Oh, or speaking about me. The Lyran Syrian founders, Holy Emerald Order, Gold Order Ra Confederacy, the Amethyst Order of the ancient master builders and architects that are stemming from the Master Christos collective that protect the law of Anchored, which brought the next stage of corrected solar masculine Christ and solar feminine Christ principles through New Grange, Ireland, which is a Mother Arc Stargate. Wow, interesting. So New Grange, Ireland. All right, so those are a few guides of the pink ray and the violet amethyst order that we can connect with in our everyday life. And of course, look in depth at each one to learn even more about their traits. Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Chamuel, Saint Germain, Archangel Zadkiel, Paul the Venetian. And if you want to, you can take a rose quartz or a fluorite, place it on the higher heart, right below the throat, hold it there, and then you can go ahead and take an amethyst or a violet stone and go ahead and hold it at the top of your head and hold it there, and relax your shoulders.
Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Hey, grand day. How are you, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and tapping in to this episode of Grand Rising with ChristoLight. And as you guys saw on our previous episode yesterday, we went into and explored in depth the pink flame, which is also correlated to the amethyst order and the violet ray. So in our last episode yesterday, we explored this spectrum of light, and we went over a few of the different guides, such as Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Zadkiel, and we also did a wonderful crystal Reiki meditation, helping us connect with that wonderful ray of light. So today, and I have some frankincense here. You guys might like this. It's pretty cool. My Anubis incense holder. So I got some frankincense burning here with our Anubis. Let me get the Egypt music going. There we go. We got the Anubis incense holder. Really cool. I got it from Amazon. I'm burning frankincense, in case if you guys didn't catch that. Frankincense is a wonderful ancient plant, wonderful medicine of ours. Grand Rising Lunar Queen, good to see you. If you guys don't know Lunar Queen yet, she is part of the Sacred Kingdom community that I host, and she is an independent crystal shop owner. She has an online crystal shop that you guys can check out anytime. Lunar Queen, if you want to type it into the comments, I'll put it up on the screen where everybody can find you in your crystal shop. And I like to reference Lunar Queen when it comes to getting your crystals, especially as I talk about the crystals that connect to these different flames and orders. She provides them very affordably at heart-based prices, and I mean the prices are incredible when it comes to the quality, the shapes, and the energy that's put behind them. And there you guys go. Organics Essence LLC.com. That's where you can find the crystal shop of Lunar Queen, and you can grab your blue flame, your pink flame, and yellow flame stones from her shop. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and make an announcement real quick and put up on the screen that I have some retreats coming up, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys where you guys can access my retreats and where you can automatically go ahead and register as well. So here on the screen is the website where you guys can access my retreats, and this is where you can actually sign up directly as well. So it is listen.to/SacredLight retreats. I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen for you guys. Yes, you're welcome, Lunar Queen. Thank you for being you. So yeah, there you guys go. There's the site right there. Listen.to/SacredLight retreats. And I'm going to take you guys through this a little bit so you can understand how to work this. So you go to the site, and then you just scroll down, and then you can see here that all the upcoming retreats are listed for you. The title, the dates, and the place that's taking place. Now, New Year's, we're still deciding the location. We have many options, so we're staying open in the moment. But we have Lionsgate, Sedona coming up for 8/8. We have an Ascend to Masters Nature Retreat and the weekend of 8/15 in Lake Hope, Ohio by Hawking Hills. And then we have a Drum Medicine Retreat at the same location as well in September. October, we have a All Nations Shamanic Healing Retreat, and that is going to be led by a traditional Peruvian shamanic team from Peru. And we will be doing some journeying and exploring the medicines of Peru in this retreat. And again, non-broken lineage, traditional Peruvian shamans from Peru will be here in Ohio. Pretty one-of-a-kind event. And then 11/11, we're going to be having Soul Fam Thanksgiving in Mount Shasta for a 3-day retreat. And then we have the New Year's retreat. So if you guys want to register for any of these, which you want to do ahead of time because spaces are limited and people be on it. But all you have to do is just click on one of these. So you click on Set a Master's Retreat, then it'll take you to the register form. Then you just go ahead and fill out your registration. And this covers like how many days you're gonna go, if you need a tent, pillows, yoga mat, if you have food allergies, and health conditions and things of that nature. So I just want to share this with you guys, where you guys can access all my retreats, and you can sign up anytime for any of these. But this is where, I get to know and others get to know what you need, as in tents, food allergies, and things of that nature. And the meals I provide, which all meals are provided at every retreat, they're all plant-based, vegetarian, and pretty much all homemade meals. Like last retreat, this past weekend, I had a holistic military veterans retreat, first time ever. And I made curry, made lentil curries with potato and broccoli, made tacos, smoothies, all sorts of good stuff. All right, so just wanted to share that with you guys so you guys knew how to access my retreats and how to sign up at any time at your own leisure. And again, that is listen.to/sacredlight33. So with that being said, today's episode, you know what? I'm just going to let the AI tell you guys what today's episode is, as we are now going to be finishing up our threefold founder flame discussion and study, as we are now on the third of the threefold founder flame.
This is why you need to know the secrets behind the yellow flame, because every legend starts with a spark and ends with gold. Get ready to enter a world where creation isn't just magic, it's destiny. Imagine a flame, not just any flame, but one that glows with pure yellow light. It's the spark of wisdom, inspiration, and the first breath of all creation. Now, picture that flame guiding a golden transformation, turning dreams into treasures, ideas into masterpieces. This is the Gold Order, a sacred pattern, a blueprint for crafting the extraordinary from the ordinary. Every legend, every masterpiece starts with this radiant journey. It's not just about what shines on the surface. It's about the process, the order, and the magic hidden within. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of transformation and brilliance? Hit subscribe and join us as we reveal the mysteries behind the yellow flame and gold order of creation. Your journey to wonder starts right here.
That's right. We're about to dive into the yellow flame and gold order. This one's going to be pretty fun and exciting. I really love connecting with the gold ray and the yellow energy. A little bit about it is, the yellow flame represents our Christ energy, so to say. What I mean by Christ energy is, it is that energy that is basically in the balance of the blue flame and the pink flame on the outsides of it. And then the gold goes up the middle. Now, the blue represents masculine, the pink represents feminine, and then the gold represents the Christ, basically. And a little bit more about the yellow flame is, it's about the pathway of intellect, learning, teaching, as well as diving into the finer details of what it is that helps us become more aware and more conscious of who we are on our journey. So when we're in the gold path, we're helping others access their power within, and we are naturally finding ourselves trying to let go and find our inner joy through chaos, through change, through turmoil, not allowing the outside world to consume us, but to continue to shine our inner light despite what's happening in the outer world. And that's why Yeshua has so many quotes like, be in the world but not of it. You look at other greats like Lao Tse. Lao Tse, he talks about finding joy in the present, not allowing the outside world to be what determines how you identify and how you feel. with your emotions. This is all representations of the gold and yellow ray. So with that, we're going to go ahead and do our daily self-scan check-in. We got the singing bowl, got that yellow ray, solar plexus. So as usual for this, go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide us with the breath through the mental, emotional, and physical well-being. And we're just going to breathe consciously and listen to the messages and channel any positivity that we need into the mind, emotions, and body. And then we'll dive in to the gold flame. Go ahead and get comfortable. Have your back straight if you can. You can lay. If you have to stand, that's okay. Relax your shoulders. Relax your feet. Relax your fingers. Relax your teeth. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. And now begin to focus on the breath. Breathing in through the nose. Drawing it through the body. And then exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath down on the body. Exhaling out of the mouth. Dropping into the breath, letting go of the mind, as we now begin to observe our mental body of the mind. As we breathe into our mind, we observe and not attach to if there are any racing thoughts, negative thought forms, looping patterns of the past, attachments to the past or future through the mind. May we continue to breathe, to let go and surrender, so this all may pass and alleviate from our being. We are mentally strong. We are mentally confident that we do not have to identify with the way that we see ourselves compared to the world. We are honoring our individualness, our sovereignty, and authenticity as we shine our yellow ray into this world. Breathing into the mind as we soften our thoughts and uplift our mental frequency. Remembering the things that we love, the joy, the blessings, the abundant gratitude in our life. Breathing into the mind. I am blessed to be alive. I have life flowing through me. Now as we breathe, we make our focus down into the body. We now feel out of our mind, our emotional body. Breathing with the breath patiently through the emotional body. Do we have any emotional stagnation that is turning into density and blockages? Do we have emotional cords of attachment that are draining and siphoning our energy. Breathing into these energies so we may dissolve them and let go. Rebalancing and centering our emotions if they are overflowing, if they have consumed us unconsciously through our impulses and reactions, grounding our emotions to the earth. And as we breathe, we begin to move into our physical body, begin to sense and breathe through our cells, our pores, our blood, muscles, bone, ligaments, and tissue. Breathing through all physical ailments, allowing the conscious spirit to regenerate. Feeling the upliftment and the repairment of the 528 hertz of the yellow solar plexus. Just allowing yourself to receive a wrapping of unconditional love around our being, this golden yellow energy. And when we are ready, coming into our physical awareness, opening our eyes, and moving our body. Thank you for joining me for this self-check-in, self-scan of your amazing and wonderful being. Let's get ready to learn and dive into the yellow flame and the golden order. All right. So how are we feeling after that self-scan? Feel free to put it in the comments. Feel free to interact throughout this journey as well. You guys can comment, ask questions, share any information as you feel in the comment section, as we are a unity here. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into our references and our study. And as we have throughout this series, we are referencing ascensionglossary.com. You guys can see the name up there in the top left corner of the image. All right, let's get some music going for us. All right, So, ascensionglossary.com, Gold Order, second emanation of the primal sound field. And if you guys go back to episode 1, we start at the very, very, very basics of what our whole entire 15-dimensional time matrix is. I show you guys a visual map of the dimensions and densities, and I even explain to you guys where the Ascended Master 3-fold flame takes place, as well as the 3 primal sound fields. So we have a sound field, and then we have a light spectrum field, and then it turns into materialized density. And again, you guys can go to episode 1 in this series on the YouTube channel Sacred Light Broadcast Network and check out the whole entire series from the beginning. So the second emanation of the primal sound field, which represents the second individualization of the God Source, is the Gold Order. The second light manifestation of the Gold Order are Gold Ray orders of Seraphim, Kerez Avian, Bird People, and Athean lines that are the Solar Rishi, which incarnated in the 4th harmonic universe on Lyra Vega through the 10th universal stargate. Sound tones. The Golden Order is visual and tends to be connected to the white halo glowing gold and silver showers. Mixtures of some faint colors wrapped in primarily bright light golden halos. The Seraphia lineages are very representative to all visual stimulus, in which multiplies in Ra tone or Ha-Ra tone. The guardian hosts and their families are synopsis with the Christos elders of the Crystal Star, the Lyran Syrian founders, the Holy Emerald Order, Gold Order, Ra Confederacy, Amethyst Order of the ancient master builders and architects that are stemming from the Master Christos Collective that protect the Law of One, which is the ascending path to GSF. GSF means God Sovereign Free. For any being to be able to ascend, evolve their consciousness, and exist as God Sovereign Free. So we'll talk about this as well. 10-dimensional fallen draconian rehabilitation. So because of the human tribal shield affiliation and genetic relationship to the 10th Stargate and the infiltration of the Golden Eagle grid, many of the Gold Order have been appointed to directly rehabilitate and transit the draconian race lines and to override their timelines that are rated. Let me slow down a bit. Hydration check for everybody. Hydration and clean water. This yellow flame has got me all stimulated and uplifted. Now I'm moving quickly. That's one thing about working with the yellow energy is you'll feel your warmth and you'll feel your stimulation start to pick up. So the Gold Order, they have been appointed to rehabilitate and transit the draconian race lines of the grid and to override their timelines that are related to negative polarity agendas. The fallen 10D lines from Vega became the Dragon Moth lines, as well as the hybridization made between the Gold Order Seraphim and the fallen draconian lines. All right. So we're going to go further. We're going to talk about Gold Ray. Well, okay, we already read about that. So then we're going to go into Ra tone then. It keeps bringing me back to this. That's so funny. One of these, here we go. The Ra Confederacy. That's where we are going to go to next. So I'm sure many of us are familiar with Ra. I'm sure we have definitely heard of Ra. We're used to seeing Ra in Egyptian stuff. Some of us have maybe read or heard about the raw material, the law of one. So you guys are about to learn about what the origin of Ra, R-A, comes from and what it represents in its organic blueprint of our time matrix. Because everything that's in this time matrix, especially that has great relevance to our human consciousness, like Yeshua and all these different guides and ascended masters and different energy beings, there's a reason why they have such a presence in such a long-lasting, eternal-like energy and capturizing of our awareness while we're here in this human life. And you're about to find out why with Ra. So, the Ra Confederacy. The specific Ra Guardian Group that acts as the active principle in working to fulfill the covenant of Polodar on the earth is a section of the Ra Confederacy that exists in the 7 higher heavens in the next universe and contacts us through the gold ray of the 14th dimensional Stargate. So I'm going to break this down for a moment with you guys before we continue. When we think of Ra, as the sun, as a hawk, as a falcon, as a being that also is carried by Sekhmet, by Horus, by other beings of the sun that we see. These are all representations carrying forward into our dimensional octaves of the universe this sound frequency from the 14th dimension that goes by Ra. So Ra is a sound octave vibrational tone, a part of the founding sound tones of our universal time matrix. So Ra is not a specific being, and it's not specifically the sun. Ra, the sound wave octave of the creator source, is manifested and related to us through these dimensions, through these different bodily and being forms, whether it's Sekhmet, Horus, a hawk, the sun. These are all representations that manifested in the illusionary world as fractals of the Ra sound octave from the 14th dimension outside of our 12th dimensional form reality. So when you go back to the first episode, you see that there is 3 different parts of sound, and then it goes into 3 different octaves of light, which is the threefold flame, and then from there it starts to fractalize into many different forms through the 12 dimensions. So continuing, you guys are about to learn a little bit about the connection with the Pleiades. You're about to learn about the connection of Central and South America, as well as Egypt. It's all connected. And that's why there's ley lines that connect the pyramids and the temples. And that's why it's very similar with the cultures and the spirituality. So the Ra Confederacy has segments of root races that are referred to as the Azarites, the Aton, the Ammonites, the Verlagian Masters, and the 5D Guardian Pleiadian groups called Astaras. The Pleiadian groups, such as Astaras and Mayans, are taking most of the load and helping heal the earth, soul groups, loading out and moving into 5D evolutionary potentials, such as reintegrating the astral body, healing the heart complex, healing the shadow and pain body of deep trauma, and assisting with single soul occupancy embodiment. This light body and consciousness rehabilitation support may occur while incarnated in the physical, and when actually going through Bardo process while dropping the body. The Azarite shield from the Syrian Guardian Yeshua project was used to protect the Law of One consciousness records on the earth for the Azurite representatives, as well as the blue flame Melchizedeks involved in the Egyptian timelines. This structure was absorbed into the brand new Emerald Order shield recently, which has replaced the entire consciousness shield network for Guardian Host representatives to contain the shield splits in the AI assimilation code that was running in the Azurite and Indigo shield. This event allows for the fourth dimensional diamond seed heart of the Andromedan matrix, the Aqua Lasha, to help reconfigure the Earth's astral body, the heart complex, and override the timelines of the terrible destruction of the heart of the planet Earth by exploding the Giza Stargate. The Guardian, previously known as Akhenaten, while incarnated, is from the Aton group and is intimately involved with the reclamation of Christo's mission, the Palladorian activations on the Earth. His mission is designed to protect those who are from the original Yeshua bloodlines, which he was involved in bringing to the planet, while working with the Azurite teams over 2,000 years ago. He is the original family patriarch, as it is his bloodline that propagates in the Christic bloodline still today, although much misinformation is still propagated about him. Very interesting. So we're talking about Akhenaten, Yeshua, the Pleiadians already. Very cool. So I'll read a little bit about her personal experience with Ra. Well, let's see. Where do we want to go here? So during Egyptian times, a lot of damage was incurred by the lower Ra entities who descended further. And some of these extremely negative branches are called Horus Ra entities, and they are working with the control of the sun and the solar system. Many of them were abducting humans, exploiting them. They seem to have relationships with these Anunnaki factions in the Middle East, which are occupying the Golden Eagle grid. So I'm actually going to talk about, I'm going to skip forward here. It is a part of our mission in ES to help the Gold Ray and Seraphim families be retrieved and have opportunity to heal all of the related issues so they can return home to their families. The Ra Confederation through the next universe works with us in relationship to this part of the planetary emancipation grid work and Ascension Plan B projects. There are extensions of this Ra family in the lower dimensions that we do not communicate with. This is because they are infiltrated with reptoid genetics and can leak information back to the reptoid groups. And then it says here, the Lyran Syrian administration body created the Azurite Council for the sole purpose of a collective team to support the human embodiment of the Jesus Christ or the Yeshua reclamation of the Christo's mission to repair these networks and secure the Amenti field. Okay, wow. Super interesting. The Pleiadian groups, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Egyptians, Akhenaten, Yeshua, all connected to this golden yellow ray. So the Golden Eagle grid is one of our main planetary grid networks, and it is located in Iraq. And what's interesting is you've seen continuous wars over and over and over Iran and Iraq. And this is why. This is a major Stargate, and there's battles over the Stargates on this planet. So the 10D Stargate is referred to as the Iron Gate, the horizontal grid in the planetary rod function, have been controlled by the negative polarity agenda and the Alpha Draconian Orion group through the hijack of the Golden Eagle grid by reversing the energetic current into a base 10 math architect, which has its center controlled from the main 10th gate access in Iraq and Iran, as well as the 4th gate access in Giza, Egypt. Black Suns have headquartered themselves in the 10th Stargate and launched their technology in Iraq and Iran and the power spots in Giza, Egypt. Most of them are dark angelic ETs sourcing the fallen seraphim genetic lines, and this is why they chose that area on the planet. It was easier to invade from the genetic key level. Then it talks about false Archangel Michaels and all sorts of false beings. That's where the Phantom Matrix comes in, is all of these different things. So the Phoenix Grid. The Phoenix Grid runs east-west on 4th and 7th intersection planetary grid ley lines. So the main part is controlled in the astral plane, Giza underground, by Tolthian networks, and its link into the Iron Gate 10th dimension. So yeah, that's what we're going to kind of leave off with when it comes to the Gold Order and our education of the Gold Order. If you guys have any questions, of course, ask questions, and I will gladly guide you along the way if I can. Super deep stuff, really. So now with that, we're going to go ahead and just swiftly move on into what Ascended Masters, what kind of guides, archangels, and multidimensional beings we can connect with that carry forward and allow us to consciously access more of our own personal yellow and golden flame. So first we have definitely a classic, a wonderful, wonderful guide. A lot of you may have read his famous book, Lao Tzu, the Tao Te Ching. Lao Tzu is the ascended master of the yellow ray, the third ray. One of his famous quotes, "Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner." So when you think about that, Lao Tzu, I'm going to read just a little bit about him to you guys. He really is a demonstration of finding joy and happiness within your own self, connected to source, and not having to find that happiness in the outside world. But he represents the yellow ray of wisdom and light. He is not only a master of wisdom, but he is a master of joy and lightness of being. He is here to remind us life is not all about work, and that life can contain simple joys. We are all so solemn. We live our lives looking down when there is so much to be gained from turning our face to the sun and being the beings we are. He manifests on the yellow ray, the second ray of wisdom. Oh, it's the second ray. So then it also says he has a yellow shard aura, and he is aligned with joy, and he helps with the animating force to act with joy. So that is Lao Tzu. That is our first Ascended Master Guide that you can connect with for more of the yellow ray. Next we have Kuthumi. Kuthumi, as you can see, he looks quite similar to the look of Jesus or Yeshua, but he is definitely his own as well. And Kathumi, he's a master of unconditional love and non-judgment. So he says, we can't have unconditional love with judgment present. In his past life, one of his lessons was to move from the mind to the heart. He said he literally had to go out of his mind in order to come into a heart state, and he helps many with this lesson today. So he is the koan of the second ray. He also works with the first ray as well, the blue ray. So he actually helps with pets and animals. So if they need healing, he's someone that you can call on the energy of to help with healing your animals and pets. So he is in alignment with that joy energy, that self-confidence, that natural feeling of upliftment, and finding curiosity and lightness in living in this world. Next, we have Lord Lantu. Lord Lantu of the Yellow Ray. He deals with issues of illumination and clarity of the thought. Those that are struggling with unresolved mysteries or who are trying to learn difficult new subjects are believed to benefit from Lord Lantu. So he helps with patience. He helps with being able to find that passion within yourself to continue to ascend, to enjoy learning about the universe and coming into relationship with self. So he also helps with self-respect, self-love, and self-worth. And then also, I wanted to touch on this, the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is, of course, going to directly relate to this yellow ray. And a little bit about the solar plexus is that the solar plexus is where you feel your authentic personal power. It's also where you have your natural confidence flowing through you because of your connection to your divine light. It is also your self-esteem. It's your ability to take action and make change in your life. And it's also where you're able to start developing a sense of who you are and how you relate to the world. And with that, it's up to you to be able to program yourself, master your thoughts, overcome your fears, make conscious choices through integrity, to develop your ego into something that is your best friend and of service for the greater good. And then blockages in the solar plexus. Blockages can happen through, low self-esteem, judgment, criticism, not taking action, bypassing, things of that nature. So next we have Archangel Jophiel. So Archangel Jophiel helps us with tapping into our natural abundance. She helps us with transforming our inner beauty into creativity in many different ways of creativeness and service. Along with that, she also helps with us stepping into our gifts and seeing that there is beauty in serving and expressing for the greater good of all. So I do want to see what else they have to say about Archangel Jophiel, just to share with you guys. So she helps you with seeing your thoughts, emotions, and circumstances more clearly. And she does carry a flaming yellow sword, just like how Archangel Michael has a flaming blue sword of truth. She has a flaming sword of wisdom that acts as a source of illumination within your being, dissolving away any self-doubt, any judgment, criticism, low self-esteem, things like that. And also she's good for helping cut those cords where we're identifying with the world, or we may be trying to prove ourselves to others. And then lastly, she helps with mental clarity. So she'll help you with organizing goals, your art, and how to move forward in a swift, patient way. Next, we have Anubis. Good old Anubis. I'm sure many of us have heard about Anubis. Anubis is known as the wounded healer or the shamanic healer. He is associated with the Lord of the Underworld. So he helps us step into being confident and facing our wounds, knowing that our wounds are not what keep us down, but they are part of our human journey to empower us, to give us wisdom, to give us strength, to be able to relate to others and be able to give back to others in this world. So Anubis helps us with going into our shadows, going into our wounds, facing them with unconditional love, and finding the greater good, lessons, and empowerment through our lessons and wounds and experiences. And that is Anubis. And then next we have good old Yeshua. Good old Yeshua Christ. One of the main components of the gold yellow ray. I'm sure we all have some type of realization of what kind of archetype Yeshua brings and represents. And when you think about it, just like Lao Tzu, Yeshua is very grounded in the aspects of you're here and you are connected to the Father and the Father is within you. Just like he says, I am in the Father and the Father is within me. You are the temple for spirit. Having faith through illness, having faith that we can heal, having faith that we are eternal. This is all speaking verbiage of Ra, speaking verbiage of the golden yellow order into our human realm here on this earth. And that's what Yeshua blazed the trail for, was anchoring in not only the blue ray of God's will, but also the yellow golden ray of illumination. And he balanced the blue and the gold in this lifetime he had to help us with accessing our power of the Father, while also accessing more of our golden Christ energy, that we are the I am, and that we are here to experience, to go through this journey. There is no right or wrong. It's all divine. And we are the I am. That is Yeshua. And there's so much more I can touch on, of course. And then lastly, we have another pretty commonly known guide as well that a lot of us like to connect with. And that is the feathered serpent god, Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is a representer. It is a archetype manifestation of the golden order. You actually learn that in the raw material, the Law of One book, I think it's book 3, they talk about how Quetzalcoatl and the Mayan and Aztecs Their culture and civilization is connected to ancient Egypt, which is connected to the Ra sound frequency, or the Ra confederacy. And this is why we learn about it in the raw material law of one, that there is this correlation. And that's why the ley lines of the pyramids and the temples in Egypt and South America have a connection. And this is why their cultures and spirituality are very similar. It's all representing and anchoring the golden order into our planetary grid. Quetzalcoatl is great for aura cleansing, chakra enhancement, as well as burning away and clearing anything that is keeping us from our illumination, that good old dragon energy. So those are some of the guides, archangels, and ascended masters that you can connect with when it comes to the gold order and the yellow flame. Quetzalcoatl, Yeshua Christ, Anubis, Archangel Jophiel, Lord Lantu, Cthulhu, and Lao Tzu. So now I'm going to go ahead and go over a few crystals with you guys that you can connect with and utilize for the golden and yellow energies. So we have the Golden Healer. The Golden Healer speaks for itself, helps with illumination. You can get that in hearts, sapphires, and many other shapes. We have Amber. Amber is a great gold ray crystal to work with. Helps with emotional stability. Helps with confidence. Pyrite. I don't have a piece of pyrite. Gifted my last piece. But pyrite is a wonderful representation as it helps with our abundance, fortune, and also protection from frequencies. And then along with that, Sunstone. Sunstone is a great one as well. And I actually got this Sunstone from Lunar Queen, who's in the comments that I have on the screen right now. And it looks like she says she has a golden healer heart for $32 on her website. And if you guys missed the website, organicessencellc.com is where you can grab your crystals for a great affordable price, heart-based, and for the collective service. One more that I don't have on me that I've really liked is brucite. Brucite is like a bright yellow, helps with upliftment, joy, stimulation. That's a great one as well. Yellow sapphire, of course. And then lastly, all type of variants of tiger's eye. So we have golden tiger's eye, we have traditional tiger's eye, and yeah, these are all stones that help directly connect you with the gold and yellow flame. And tiger's eye helps with determination, focus, protection to move forward, as well as clarity. Then I also wanted to share this with you guys. You guys can use oils too, like lemongrass and lemon, orange, as well as yellow herbs like lemon balm, sunflower. You guys kind of get the deal. Like yellow herbs and stuff like that, they're all going to help. Garlic, turmeric, they all warm you up and get you activated in your yellow energy. And if you guys have any more that come to mind when it comes to herbs, crystals, things like that, feel free to drop them in the comments. Hydration check. And keep in mind too that these different crystals, they're individually going to have their own properties. So you just want to keep in mind of that. So like Tiger's Eye isn't going to do the same thing as Golden Healer. And Brucite isn't going to do the same thing as Amber. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and move into our closing practice for this session. And for this practice, what we are going to do is you can grab one of these crystals if you would like that we went over. And then you can go ahead and hold it in your hand, or you can go ahead and hold it over your solar plexus. And your solar plexus is located right below your sternum in your abdomen area. So then what you can do is you can take your crystal for your yellow ray or golden order energy, like a tiger's eye. Go ahead and hold that on your solar plexus with your hand and place your palm over it. Now what you're doing is you're giving yourself your own personal Reiki energy through the palm of your hand into the crystal and into your solar plexus chakra. So go ahead and hold that crystal over there. And then get into good posture. Have your back straight if you're sitting. Relax your shoulders. Relax your toes. Relax your jaw, making sure you're not clenching your teeth. You can lay down as well. And if you're standing, it's okay too. Go ahead and begin to focus on your breath, deeply breathing through the body as usual. Just deeply breathing into that solar plexus energy. Proper breaths. In through the nose, through the solar plexus, and out of the mouth. You may close your eyes. Begin to focus inward. As we open ourselves up to the yellow flame and golden order. Opening up to any of these guides, ascended masters, archangels that we had mentioned today. You can call in any one of them at your own leisure. Staying with the breath as we now connect with Lao Tzu. Calling in Lao Tzu's energies and archetype to help draw in more detachment of joy, bringing sensing and feeling to our inner illumination of being the source, experiencing itself, not bound to identifying with the outer world. Breathing and letting go of any attachments surrounding this aspect. I am accessing joy. I am allowing my divine connection to flow through me and to begin to dissolve away any feelings of fear, separation, or lack. I am all that I need. I have what I need. I know what I know in the moment with Source. I am a vessel for clarity, strength, and integrity as I call in Yeshua to help ground my solar plexus into integrity. Integrity of universal truth, knowledge, and wisdom. May this begin to illuminate my yellow energy center as well as my sacral. Breathing into these energies. Feeling the yellow flame flowing through our body. I am shining my light publicly, unconditionally for love. I am giving wisdom, tools, and knowledge to my fellows. I am not keeping for self-righteousness. I am sharing as we are one. I assist in the illumination of self for all. I release judgment, criticism, battles for my being, as I am allowing the divine to be what equates my identity in the law of one. Archangel Jophiel begins to sprinkle her angelic magic, helping enhance our beauty, our abundance, our creative gift, bringing it all together with a golden ray, so that we may shine, co-create, and bring our gifts into this world. No longer afraid to take action, as we have a purpose and assist others. Breathing with these guides as they fill our being with a yellow and golden flame. Now, as we begin to close out, you may repeat after me if you like. I am willing to share my beauty, my gifts, my shine, as it is eternal and infinite through me. When I am dampened, I allow myself to remember that I might activate and turn back on at any moment, even through pain, suffering, attachment, and beyond. I have the choice to mentally direct my energy to uplift, to return the joy, and to find my divine connection in the present moment. I am filled with yellow and golden rays. I am unconditional in my love. Ashe. When you're ready, you may make your way to opening your eyes and moving your body, as it is time to continue on with your human journey in this third dimensional world. Thank you for this moment in this space. Namaste. Lunar Queen, thank you for rising session. I was making an orange, mango, pineapple, and apple juice while watching, and I feel a connection with the solar plexus and golden ray. That's beautiful. What a great alignment for you, taking in the beautiful food medicines that we have to help connect us with the gold and yellow ray. Pretty wonderful. Thank you, Lunar Queen, for being a part of this episode and everything that you shared with us. Thank you to everybody else that has supported, whether it's live or on the replay. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this too. This is my tiger's eye pendant. Pretty cool. There's like tiger's eye weaved into it. And this is hand woven from Costa Rica on the beach. Really cool. Almost forgot, but I wanted to share that with you guys. Then I have some sunstone. Oh no, this is yellow jasper actually. And then tiger's eye. Then over here on the right, I have tiger's eye, obsidian, and hematite for grounding and determination. But yeah, if you guys have questions, reach out. I'm also crystal healing certified. I do teach one-on-one about crystals and how to use them consciously. Reiki, light language, life guidance for patterns and shadow work, and so much more. But it's not time for me to go, as I got to get ready to go to the park and this wonderful rising space. And I'll be back with you guys next Tuesday for this space, 9 a.m. Eastern, Sacred Light Broadcast Network, Facebook Live, ChristoLight Robbins. I will see you guys then, as we will be diving into the different rays of light. So we went over the different threefold founder flames and orders that come with that this week. Next week, we're going to go down into the dimensions below that, which occupy the different rays of light. So there's different rays that fractalize from the different threefold flames. And you guys are about to discover that starting next week. Wholeness and balanced love. I'd love to see you guys at some retreats. Ask questions if you need to. See you guys next time.
(2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending. Thank you from the Sacred Light Broadcast Network and Sacred Light Productions for tapping in and tuning in to all live and replay content, holistic, conscious, for your empowerment. Tap in to the Christ light within. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember that you are the one that you have been looking for. Enjoy this content. If you would like to collaborate or receive production through myself, Marcus ChristoLight, direct message or email me at marcustut23@gmail.com to discuss details. Wholeness and balanced love. Ashe.